Hey, it's going down. 2 thumbs up. It's going down. Shalom. First and foremost, I would love to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachai Kodash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of It's Going Down, being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Billionaire says, United States on classic path to civil war. This is going to be the title of my video right here. If it be the Lord's will. We must always say Lord's will, because our will is not the same as the Lord's will. So it says, the risk lies in an explosive mix of large deficits, high taxes, inflation, and a wealth gap. Ray Dalio warns. Okay? And fuck that Statue of Liberty. I'll take a piss on that fucking shit. Spiritually, I'm not that I would take a ship down there just to do that, but no, I'm just saying, man, fuck that statue. I would not do that physically, but spiritually, yeah, fuck that statue. It says, the founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, Ray Dalio, has warned on Thursday, that the United States is on a classic path towards some form of civil war, and you can already see that tensions are in the air. The people here in America, they're getting sick and tired of how this country is being ran. Oh, and ultimately, because the scriptures tell you why the people are in mourning. You want to know why America is on the verge of civil war? Well, the scriptures, which Yahweh Shai is the scriptures. Okay, the Yahweh Shai answers all things. Yahweh Shai is the scriptures, right? The scriptures answer all things. Proverbs chapter 29. My bad. Hold on. Proverbs 29. But you got to be really technical when you type in scriptures on this website. But Yahweh Shai is the scriptures. So listen to what the scriptures, thus what Yahweh Shai have to say. By the way, Proverbs comes from King Solomon, who is Yahweh Shai. Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. The righteous are not in authority, which proves that those so-called Israelis, they're not the real Jews. The Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, those are Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's. That is the Heavenly Father's and His Son's true people right there. The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians. Those are the true Hebrew Israelites, as it is proven in the Holy Scriptures. Now, with that being said, that's the righteous right there. And the righteous really starts with the elect, which the elect is going to be perfected when Yahweh Shai returns and what the world calls a UFO, and he beams up his elect men into his ship, and then they'll receive those perfect, beautiful bodies. But when the wicked beareth rule, right? When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. These people are in mourning. That's why civil war is on the rise. Because these people are sick and tired of America's shit, man. People are sick and tired of how everything is being governed. They're getting sick and tired of these goddamn legislations, all these fucking laws they're passing. People are sick and tired of that shit, man. So guess what? Civil war is on the rise. Believe it or not, the Holy Scriptures speak of civil war. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, which is a part of the Old Testament of the Holy Scriptures. Okay? If you purchase a King James 1611 Bible, it will have the Apocrypha in it. So let's get 2nd Esdras real quick. Let me see 2nd Esdras, and I'm gonna just get straight to the point, baby. Right to the point. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 16. For there shall be sedition. Now, what is a sedition? Actually, you know what? Excuse me. As a matter of fact, let's start up here. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, right? The sword and the destruction is talking about the nuclear destruction. That's when, during World War III, Russia, North Korea, China, even NATO, because NATO is going to turn on America as it is prophesied. NATO, who else? Iran, the North Koreans. Okay, all these countries that hate America, during World War III, they're going to shoot intercontinental ballistic missiles, which can carry up to multiple nuclear warheads. And thus, this country will be destroyed with 200 million nuclear warheads. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Now, first and foremost, we know this is talking about race wars, right? Because there will be race wars here in America, which will be fought with guns. But on the other hand, when it says the one people is talking about your civilians, okay? That's your civilians right there. The one people shall stand up and fight against another. The another is talking about these governmental troops, these militarized troops, the National Guard, okay? The International Rifle Association. People's going to be fighting against them in that day. DHS, people's going to be fighting against them in that day. The IRS, people is going to be fighting against them in that day. Okay, Biden is getting ready to push a gun ban law. Even though a lot of these shootings are staged, they were set up by the United States government, guess what? They're pushing for gun ban. And that gun ban is going to lead to a lot of these proud patriarchs, a lot of these proud patriots here in America. These proud patriots here in America, they're not going to hesitate to shoot and kill you. They're going to be armed and ready. Okay? They're going to be armed and ready. They're going to be armed and ready to shoot and kill anybody that come to take their guns. Because the U.S. is coming, man. They're coming. They're coming with that gun ban. They're coming with that gun ban. And as soon as that gun ban becomes mandatory, they're going to send out the UN troops, the United Nations troops, which consist of military men from different nations. Okay, they're going to use them to basically spread out and look for people that have guns and basically to take those guns, and that's going to result in civil war. So the one people, which are the civilians, shall stand up and fight against another. The IRS, the militarized troops, militarized police troops, okay, your UN troops, the National Guard, and swords in their hands. The modern day sword is what? The modern day sword is the gun. So these civil wars are going to be fought with guns and swords in their hands. Now let's read verse 16. Let's read verse 16. Let's see. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition uprising, a rebellion against the government. That's what a sedition is. A sedition is a rebellion or an uprising, a uprising or a rebellion against the government. That's what a sedition is. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And guess what? The course of their power, the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So it says, the current financial conditions and irreconcilable differences in desires and values are consistent with the ingredients leading to civil strife to him. Not knowing what is true because of distortions in the media and propaganda increases as people become more polarized, emotional, and politically motivated. And who's responsible for people being emotional? The so-called white man. I mean, come on, he's fucked up the whole family structure. He's telling you you cannot whoop your kids if they get out of the line. So now you're forced to raise babies, kids, little nigglets, you know. Talking about the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, you know. They're forcing us to raise little nigglets. And then if you whoop your child, and then your child go and tell the teacher, basically the government has the right to send child protective services and take your child from you. So fuck this country, okay? Everybody's mad at this country. He pointed to a number of factors that led him to this notion, including large deficits, high taxes, inflation, and wealth disparity that bring about political polarization. When that happens at the time, as there are foreign powers that are becoming strong enough to change the leading world that is encountering this civil war dynamic, it is especially a risky period. That is the period I believe we are in now. The Leo stressed, adding that the biggest question is how much how much the system will bend before it breaks. Oh, trust me, the Lord knows how to break the system. He's just taking his sweet little time doing it, and he's having fun while doing it too. The Lord hates this country, period. Okay? Psalms chapter 7 verse 11. God judgeth the righteous, and the Heavenly Father Yahweh and his son Yahushai, they are angry with the wicked every day. He noted that the political powers from opposing sides are fighting to win at all costs, making it impossible to compromise and leaving many too afraid to speak up or run for public office. History shows that the biggest risk to democracies is that they produce such fragmented and antagonistic decision making that they are ineffective and disorderly, which leads to bad results and revolutions. The Leo predicts that this year's election will become the turning point for the United States politics. In the year 2022, which is the current year as far as I know, we will see losses by moderate and gains by extremist populists because each side wants fighters, not compromisers. The Supreme Court will make decisions on continuous issues that people are willing to fight over. There is a big risk that each side will view the decisions as unfairly made by the other side and not accept them, which lead to tests of power, he predict. This is not the first time the Leo voiced such forecasts. In November of last year, he published a book, Principles for Dealing with Changing World Order, and that's what it's all leading to. The so-called elites are the ones orchestrating all this, right? But the Heavenly Father is using them to do that. Well, the Heavenly Father, through his Son, is using the so-called elites to do this. Because the so-called elites, They're all about implementing their New World Order, which we know the CHIP, the CHIP, that's a part of their New World Order. Okay? You know, they want to orchestrate chaos so they can come with their solution, which is the New World Order. Okay? Furthermore, if you look on the back of your dollar bill, what do you see? Ordo ab chao, which is Latin for order out of chaos. Through chaos, they bring order. You see? So, why a nation seceded and fell, where he also warned of a dangerously high risk of a civil war in the U.S. within the next 10 years due to the exceptional amount of polarization. So, Lord's will, I was able to keep you brothers informed through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say, Shalom. It's on to the next one.